Good evening, everybody. Tonight I am going to make a simple, quick, easy, summery dessert. It is called a pineapple lush cake or pineapple strawberry cake. It's pretty simple. You can buy you an angel food cake already made or a sponge cake. Make your own. I always usually just buy an angel food cake, quickest way. You're going to need a can of 20-ounce crushed pineapple with the juice. You're going to need a container of whipped topping. You're going to need the 3.4 vanilla pudding mix, and you're going to need some strawberries for topping. So I'm going to get this started, and I'll be right back. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix our pineapple undrained. Let's get this open here. Okay, you're going to put your pineapple in the container in here, and you're going to take your pudding mix and you're going to put that in. You're going to mix these two up well, and then we're going to add in our whipped topping. Now, the recipe actually just calls for 1 cup of whipped cream. I usually add a little bit more. It doesn't matter, you know, to me. The more creamy it is, the better for me. So you can see once you get that mixed up and there's no clumps, then you're going to add in your whipped topping. And like I said, I use probably over half a tub, and I just kind of get this mixed in here. And I would say fold it. You don't be too rough with it, but it's not like with the cake mix, and you have to be really, really careful with. So I'm going to get this kind of mixed up, and we will go on to the next step. Okay, so once you've got this good and mixed up, you're going to just kind of set that over to the side, and then we're going to go on to our next step, which is we are going to separate. We're going to make this 3 layers. So I'm going to take, now if you've got one of those little cake cutting things, would be perfect. But if you don't, you can take you a good knife, and then you're going to cut this top part off. Okay. Now you probably have a better knife than I do on this one. And I keep saying I'm going to get some better, like bread knives kind of thing. But for now, this will work. Okay. So we got 1 layer off. That's going to be our top. And then we're going to cut 1 more layer. So I'm going to get this cut, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that you've got it separated into 3, you're going to take and you're just going to spread. And this does not have to be perfect or pretty because you want it to kind of like seep around the edges. So we're going to put a nice thick layer here. And again, this makes a really, really good summertime because it's refrigerated. You put it in the refrigerator and it gets nice and cool. So if your kids or grandkids have friends coming over, it's the perfect little dessert you could give to them. And because it's made with this angel food cake or a sponge cake, it's not actually as sweet as you would think. So I'm going to get this layer done, and then we're going to go to the top layer. I'll be right back. Now we're at our top layer, so you're just going to be putting this on the same way. You kind of try to make it more like you're icing a cake on this top layer, so it looks a little bit prettier. No, it don't have to be perfect. It's going to get eaten pretty quick. So once this thing goes into the refrigerator, it's going to go in the refrigerator. Once I get all this done, it's going to go in for at least an hour. And then once it comes out, I will slice some strawberries, and we'll put some strawberries on the top. And I've got my grandson and one of his friends here tonight. So I will cut them a nice slice of pineapple strawberry lush cake. And we will see what they think. Okay, I'm going to get this in the refrigerator, again, for 1 hour. And you can kind of smooth this around, you know, as much as you want. You can make it all pretty and all that fun stuff. So, I'm going to get this in the refrigerator 1 hour, and I'll be back. So, it's been about an hour and a half. So, I've pulled this out, and I went ahead and sliced some strawberries. These were some really big strawberries. What I would normally say to do is don't add your strawberries until you're ready to serve. And then that way they stay fresh. So I'm just going to put a few of these on here so that I can get this taste tested. But you can put these on there, you know, any way you want. And sprinkle them, cut them into little cubes, just whatever way you want. Just kind of pretty it up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a few of these on here. And I'm going to call my grandson in here and we are going to taste test. Okay, so since I had sliced some, I went ahead and just put it in the middle. That way if somebody wants more strawberries, they can get it. So I'm just going to cut into this real quick. And I've got a couple of gentlemen here who have agreed to taste test with me. There we go. All right, y'all. You see how pretty that is? You've got your cake. You've got your pineapple. Go ahead and get them a little piece here. Okay, so we got Danny here and his friend Zane. Okay, y'all. Taste test time. Okay, what you think?
9.8.
9.8. What about you?
9.8.
All right, y'all. So there it is. You have got boys who have said it's a 9.8. So I think that's pretty good. If y'all have any questions, let me know. If not, enjoy, y'all.